What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, family. It's Jay Morrison. We're back for episode 86 of the Ask Jay Show, winding down to our last 5 episodes, and I'm cool with that. But happy to be back for another episode. Love to hear you guys' feedback. I get it on all different channels, and feeling a little better. Still medicating myself, getting to 100%, so I can be ready for these corner classes this weekend in Baltimore. And so I can continue to get this work done. I'm definitely working at a slower pace today. Messing with this damn cough syrup, and it's not no codeine, but whatever it is, it's like groggy land. I don't like it, so I'm getting there though. So let's hop into our motivational message of the day. I had it upstairs, and now I can't remember it. What was my motivational message of the day? I felt like some real good, concrete insight earlier. What was it? What was it that motivated me? I'm mad at that. Maybe I'll come back to it. I really want to give you what I thought about earlier. It was like pretty dope. It was and I said to myself, like, this is gonna be the motivation message of the day. And then I will say this. Something else that has really been on my mind today, I spoke about a lot. It's not the one I'm talking about, but something else. Is I will say the power of a team and collaboration is amazing. And whenever you can, especially as entrepreneurs, CEOs, or leaders, whenever you can evoke or invoke, I guess, other people into your vision and to get them to buy into your vision, and you can leverage the talents and the human capital and resources of others to execute something greater than yourself, that is awesome. And I want to say, I'm really pleased. I can say from looking at my business and just my brand, as we call it, just all my initiatives, looking at it current day from where it was a year ago, I'm way more pleased with the personnel, staff, the people around me, their level of commitment, professionalism, willingness to learn, be self-starters. I love my point guards, right? Chris Darden, Jacinta, Tamra, Brandon Wigley, Tosin, right? Greg. But I want to say specifically, I love the way that for JM Rep, the way that Brandon has really handled his responsibility and role there, even while he's running his tax offices and his real estate business. I love the way Chris, and even in my company, we're all entrepreneurs and everyone has different initiatives or different businesses, jobs, etc. But people really put some real effort into the things that we're accomplishing together. And, that, and all the way down, like I mentioned, like all the staff, it's a lot of us, but, the ones that I put a lot of responsibility on and I hold accountable to the execution, that is like, everyone's still growing and still learning, but I can say that I am blessed, to even just have the level of support that I do have. I do not take people for granted. I don't take loyal people for granted. I don't take talented people for granted. That's something that I learned. So that's another thing. You just, when you get good people in your life, and people that, you could really sense are genuine, not just in it for the fame or flash or for the ride, but are genuinely about what you're about. That's something to be cherished. So I'll say that for the motivational message of the day. Maybe it was meant to be that and not what I thought earlier. So I want to hop into our 5 questions. I'm starving right now. Haven't eaten since way earlier. And I want to go grab some food. I know it's pretty late. Somebody said, Jay, you can't be eating this late. I know, but I got to eat. It's not even that late. It's 11, so that's early for me, actually. So let's see. Where's Brandon's text at? Right, Brandon sends me these questions in. Okay, so from YouTube, Stephen Stewart is our first question. Asks, how do you stay safe being a millionaire in a war zone? Do you scale down your look, or you just pray that nothing happens? Someone else asked me that actually when I was in Baltimore. One of my proteges there, he's one of our YMC board members, Eric Bowman. He's one of the high-ranking, I guess, gang members in the Blood organization. But he is transforming and using his position there to actually empower our community and those under him, around him, et cetera, right? And so, when I go to different cities, I just don't stay up in a hotel room. I just don't, I'm often on the streets. I'm often on the corners. I'm often, where people need inspiration, hope, and information, education the most. That's what I believe. I'm inspired to be that way by outside of, I'm not talking about a religious belief. I'm not talking about religion, but just from reading the literature in the Bible and the gospel and paying attention to how Jesus moved, who's certainly has to be in everyone's top 5, people to ever live, men to ever live, if not one, right? He's one of the greatest, one of the most popular people ever, Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth, whatever you want to call him. So watching how he lived, he really served those who were least amongst them. When people would call him king, he was, dealing with the sick, dealing with the poor, dealing with those in prison. And so I just feel like, no one's above that. You know what I mean? So for me, I guess, and answer your question about how do I feel safe or whatever the case is, I do know that I'm protected. I do know that I'm blessed and all of that. And also I know how to move, like I've maneuvered through the streets. I'm 35. I was brought up in a household with, my mom was a hustler. My stepfather was a hustler and a gangster for real. Grandfather was a hustler. My uncles were hustlers and gangsters and, you know what I'm saying? And thugs or whatever you want to call it. And, for 10 years of my life, I ran the streets, and 2.5 of those years I was in prison, and you learn a lot of things about how to maneuver, how to move, how to keep yourself safe. So, I know how to deal with my surroundings, and that's just like, I guess I'm fortunate to be able to extract those things from my life's journey, my life's testimony. So I just know how to move at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like I really, not saying that nothing can't happen, but, I got a certain way, and my proteges know who are around me. They know how I move. Like, I know how to move. I know how to move right. And I'm blessed. I'm doing the right things. So that's another thing too. So on top of all of that, I think that I'm pretty good. And I got a lot of respect too, because a lot of people, they see me on World Star, they see me on YouTube, they see me, wherever, and they respect the fact that I do often not just come back. It's not even about come back to the community, because I never left the community because of my financial success or brand awareness or celebrity. I never left anywhere to go back to anywhere. You know what I mean? Like I've always been attached and been connected to my community. So it remains that way, and it will remain that way. From YouTube, Refresh Genius asks, do I go about finding investors and pitching a business venture? I guess, how do I go about finding investors and pitching a business to them? Well, it's all about, before you can talk about finding investors or pitching in a business, it's all about packaging your business, all about packaging your idea very thoroughly, very professionally, answering all the questions in which investors are going to want to know, right? So they're going to want to, people, before they invest their money, you're going to want to rip your idea to shreds. You're going to have to prove that idea was well thought out, well prepared, and well vetted. So you have to be able to answer all the questions about the idea and understand where it could fail, where it succeeds, how much capital you need, what kind of returns are you looking to give back on that capital, what's your experience in that business, how much you have invested into that business. So you have to answer a lot of tough questions in order to even get to the point of finding investors. You need to make sure that your idea is airtight, and it's just like no one wants to hear talk. No one wants just like an email. You need to actually put together an investor proposal or investor deck, and that needs to be really thorough and have an executive summary and really explain what it is you're trying to get done and what's in it for them, and all those detailed things. So that's like the most sound advice I can give you. And I know you're going to ask, well, how do I know how to do that, or where do I do that? You need to email jmrepartners.com. But no, seriously, to really find out how to put together a great investor deck proposal, it's something that it's a learned skill. It requires some training, some coaching, or you just pay a company to do it for you. There's companies online that can put together your decks for you. I mean, I even done that. They're a pain in the butt. It's a lot of detail. All right, so let's go to Twitter at Recipe Box. Hashtag Ask Jay. King, if you could be in the most luxurious place in the world, having the most delicious meal, where would it be and what would you eat? That's a good question. If I could be the most luxurious place in the world and have the most delicious meal, what would it be and what would you eat? Man, I mean, I instantly think of, I got to be somewhere warm for sure. Like I either think somewhere warm like beach or somewhere tall like skyscraper, like high. I think about Dubai. I wonder what countries in Africa, would offer some luxurious things. I do want to visit Africa soon. Or I think about the Caribbean islands, so something like that. I definitely think island. I'm thinking villa. I do have something I'm working on down in Panama. So I'm thinking, something like that. I haven't been to Hawaii yet. I'd like to go to Hawaii. But anyway, somewhere warm. And what would I eat? I'd have to say the most amazing steak that, I'm just in a steak and had steak yesterday, but I'm just still in my mind. I had a Hillstone steak. But yeah, the most amazing steak that they can make with some fresh spinach. I could go for that. So that would be my meal and my most amazing place. So that was a good question, though. It got me thinking and it got me hungry. So from IG at IamThe216, that's Cleveland, I believe. I would like to know what you think about starting and getting into the real estate game, but way of manufacture homes, mobile homes in parentheses. Yeah, there's communities that in parts of the country where mobile homes are really, really popular, and I don't knock it at all. I've known people in my investing career who've done really well strictly just doing the mobile homes. It's a niche industry. You need to really understand how it functions, and what the different laws are. Like in Jersey, they're different. In the down south, they're different. Midwest, whatever. But it's all about real estate is a business, and it's all about still the numbers. It's like, okay, well, what do you get this plot of land for? How much does the mobile home cost? And then what can you sell it for? It's all the numbers. Those numbers make sense. So if the numbers make only thing with mobile homes that I feel is a con is that because often they're considered like I know in Jersey, like you don't even get a deed, you get like a DMV, like a division of motor vehicle, like kind of like title for a mobile home. It's just I don't know how they actually appreciate in value, or how strong do they appreciate in value is the only thing, as opposed to a traditional stick built or modular home. So that would be something we'll look into is what rate do they appreciate in value, and that rate compared to a traditional home. And now we have from Facebook, Yolanda Black asks, what's next after Ask Jay? Gonna miss the show. Oh, Queen, I'm gonna miss it too. I know I am. There's no way you do something for 90 days and then it's gonna take me like 20 days to wean myself off. Like as much as I dread sometimes, like it's not that like y'all know I like talking and engaging and all that. But sometimes at the end of my day, I just want to chill, and it's like, oh man, I got to Ask Jay. But Like right now, I want to go eat, but I got to ask Jay. I don't want to rush through them. I want to really give you guys my all. So I know it's gonna take a minute to get over it, but we do have our Money Church Monday webinar series coming up. So you guys can actually go to Money Church Mondays with the S, moneychurchmondays.com, and you can register for our first webinar, which is 3 ways you can invest your income tax refund. I want to give you guys 3 sound strategies how you can invest your income tax refund. And we're going to go through specific niche topics on Money Church Mondays. It's going to be church, money church though. And so I'm going to really teach and preach on money and financial topics. So we're going to have that on Mondays. I'm going to start I got a whole bunch of rounds of things I'm going to be doing, working on maybe possibly doing a podcast as well. I feel like it's something else I'm forgetting, but we got, I'm going to stay active. I'm not going to hide anywhere. It just won't be an everyday Ask Jay. But I think it was definitely been a great 86 days, and God willing, I'll make it to 90. And I think that's been good for me. This has been a good thing for me in regards to helping to build my discipline. Because as an entrepreneur and having so much liberty and freedom, there's nothing I really have to do or nowhere I really have to be most days. And so having to be in front of a computer or have space on my phone or different ways we've shot this. I could be hanging out, could be at a party, whatever, but I still gotta get this done. That's great for my discipline, and I appreciate you guys for supporting it and making it worthwhile, because I do see the impact, I do see the feedback, and that's great. So we're gonna have something exciting after Ask Jay, but the Money Church Monday is gonna be good. Academy is back in session for those of you who haven't enrolled yet. The residential real estate course, bomb. Commercial real estate course, bomb. Stocks and finance course. Tavon Jackson did a great job. Credit course, Will Roundtree did a great job. Our credit mastery course. I mean, these are things that are really worth value. I could really co-sign. Obviously, during my school, my name's on it. So, regular stuff. I feel like there's another point I want to make to you all. I just watched a Republican debate tonight for like 3 hours, or at least 2 hours, whatever it was. That was just whatever. Democrat, Republican, it's all the same, man. But it's a big game. It don't even matter. But what else? I feel like there's something else. So I'm working on my Chicago event. So my Chicago followers, the 23rd of January. We should have something going on, and I'm working on my Toronto event and All-Star Weekend, and got a couple other upcoming things. We're doing some seminars in Jersey for realtors, my realtors. We got some stuff coming out for you all, and we're just working. That's all. If anybody has any deals they want to submit, go to jmrepartners.com. I am looking for a couple deals for some clients. I am looking for a multi-unit apartment building for a group that I'm working with. So if anybody has any multi-unit apartment buildings they have access to, looking for like a C-class property, B-class, C-class, B-minus class property, at least 10 units, 10 to 30 units maybe, and take it from there. So I don't know. But all right, man, Ask Jay's done. Corner class in Baltimore this Saturday. On this Tuesday coming up, 1/19, I'll be with Chris Darden at his real estate ROI event in Norristown, or actually King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. So we'll be doing our Building Black Wealth seminar this Tuesday. Go to theroievent.com for that. And the corner class, you don't have to register. Just come to the corner of 850 Harlem Ave in Baltimore at 1 p.m. this Saturday, 1/16. And those are our next 2 events. And then Money Church Monday, this Monday, 1/18. Go to moneychurchmondays.com. So we working. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. Appreciate you all just for riding with me. YMC, we're doing big things in the community, working on a Black Wall Street development in Baltimore. Everything's moving. Just putting in work, leading by example. And I'm just hoping that my word, that's all that's what it was. Ha! I got it. My motivational message was going to be about doing the work and the work speaking for itself. So a lot of times we get frustrated about not getting recognition or not getting the results we want or not whatever. And what I realized, what I always go back to is like, dude, the work is undeniable. Like if you just put in the work, no one can deny you. Like no one can deny you your success, your accolades, your whatever. And so that's just what I feel like. You know, I've been doing a lot of work. And I don't do it for acknowledgement. I just do it for the people. But as I try to grow, it seems like sometimes I hit a wall. And so that just says to me, like, y'all gotta do more work. Like apparently it's like it's like basically if you want to be great, then you want to be considered great, like do great things. And so you want to be popping, then get it popping in. And so for me, when outside of, you know, paying a publicist and a bunch of marketing, and you could do all these different fancy things, you know, ads and billboards, all that can get you recognition. But at the end of the day, man, it's the work. Like, so I want to leave you guys with that. And that's what I really believe in. And, you know, those who are around me know it. I really believe in just doing the work. Like roll your sleeves up and go in, go get it done. Like stop talking about sleeping, you're tired and you're boo. Like it ain't really like it's not what we on. So if you do the work consistently, well, I mean, you know, maybe it take you 3 years of doing the work, but if you just do the work, you will get everything that you ask for, everything that you deserve. You just gotta work for it. So I'll leave y'all with that, man. I'm Jay Morrison, Jay Mr. Real Estate, big bro, and we out. Peace. Ding.